Good evening. Welcome to the Lion Den Roars. We have a special program tonight with Miss Deedra Patrick, as you can see on the screens here.
Good
How are
evening.
you? How are you?
Awesome. How are you guys?
Good.
I'm doing
Chris,
awesome.
you doing good tonight?
Yes, and I gotta say one thing about tonight's show is, we've been trying to focus on Punk in the Corn, and we lined up Deedra Patrick to join us, and that was before she was part of Punk in the Corn.
You see how we operate?
I'm the punkiest punk one that's going to be there. Not kidding. I'm in the early genre set.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll
that's
be talking that up
hey,
as well as.
Right before me, John. You come. Yeah, I play after you.
Okay,
on the same stage.
Excellent.
According to the. Oh wait, no, that's not true. We're on separate stages. Oh, that's why it stuck in my head. I was like, well, how am I going to do that? The run.
I heard that the lineup was out, but I have not yet looked at it, honestly. So I must go check that out.
It's subject to change. It's life,
yeah,
right?
It can
change.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 8 months.
Yep. Nice to know where you're jamming, though, eh? I got to keep up on these things.
What'd
nice
you say?
To know where. It's nice to know where you're jamming, though.
Yeah, exactly. It helps a lot.
Yeah, it does.
But
which way was the stage?
All your people, Have you guys ever been to that fairgrounds before?
I have never been to Iowa.
Oh, me neither. How about
this
you,
will
Chris?
Be a first.
I've been to Iowa once for a hockey game, but never anything else.
Who was playing hockey?
The Milwaukee Admirals are playing the Iowa Wild for a playoff game. So we took the 6-hour drive to catch a game.
Dude, you must like hockey.
Yes, I used to have a season ticket. You used to have season tickets to the Milwaukee Admirals.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like hockey that much. I'm always afraid the puck is going to fly through the air and hit me in the head.
Oh, I've been hit.
I watched it the whole time going, here it comes. Anyway, serious.
Isn't that what the glass panels are for, though?
Golf for the same reason. I don't want balls flying at my head, you know what I'm saying?
It goes over the panel. I got hit in the chest.
Really?
Oh, shit, see? That's what I'm saying.
And then they chuck those things high.
And they come fast.
No.
Yeah, that's no softball either, is it?
No. I sing the national anthem and then I get away from the ice.
Cleve had a suede jacket on. It hit me and bounced off. I didn't feel it.
Were you able to keep it?
Yes.
The puck? Excellent. Yeah, that's definitely a save. Deedra,
definitely.
For the folks that don't know, tell us where you're from, where you hail from, and where you operate out of.
I'm in Bakersfield, California. I was born here, and I grew up in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, and then came back to Bakersfield, and my career has been between here and Los Angeles. So I'm right now in Bakersfield.
Excellent.
We have a huge music scene here. I mean, we probably have 60 bands playing every Friday, and then again on Saturday all over the city. There's
I did not know that. I've been through the town a number of times. My hometown is Redding up there in the North State, up above Sacramento. So yeah, I've been through there, but I had no idea there was music happening down there. Oh, of course, LA area, but Bakersfield proper.
But Bakersfield, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been away from Redding?
Oh, years. I lived in Phoenix for about 15, 16 years and then made my way down to Florida. So it was one of the first homes.
And where do you live, Chris? Hey, that was cool. You just
we can do all kinds of things with these backdrops.
Yeah. I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Wasn't that where Vern and Shirley was from, or was that Detroit? Where was that?
It was Milwaukee.
It was Milwaukee. I love that show.
Huff and Stuff Incorporated. Yeah.
I loved them.
Yeah, that was a good show.
And Deedra,
was it Happy Days and then Laverne and Shirley? Remember, It always came the two together. But I think it was probably Laverne and Shirley, then Happy Days, I think.
Yeah, I forget how the lineup went. Yeah. I have seen pretty much all of those, though.
I only watch them in syndication.
I don't watch them in syndication.
I think they were off the air by the time I started watching TV in the early 80s.
Are you guys excited about the Punk in the Corn?
Hell yeah.
Yes. I'll
I
be
am too.
broadcasting live from there.
Well, you will. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I'll be doing a set.
With my
Deedra will
little
be doing a
camera.
set.
Say that again, John.
Oh, I said my band will be doing a set. You'll be doing a set. It's going to be quite the happening time.
Yeah.
I was going to be representing DPF Radio, but I announced last night on my show that I'm working with my Indieverse, and we're going to be bringing out my Indieverse Radio in a few months. It's in development right now.
That's excellent
exciting.
too. Yeah.
It's hard for me to keep up with all the stations and all the groups and everything. Honestly, I need a spreadsheet. Like, oh, I need my big old 4 foot by 6 foot board I had for my album. I need to erase the whole thing.
Get out the dry erase. Yeah, there's a lot to keep up with.
I started putting stuff. I can't. That's why I never get mad at people on Facebook. I'm like, dude, I can't remember shit. Like, I can't remember anything. So, and it's nothing personal. It's like, I'm trying, I swear.
But there's an app for that now, I believe. Yeah. Keeping up with Facebook app.
I need that.
Did you know you can schedule your posts on Facebook?
Yes. I don't know that I've done that more than once, maybe just to check it out.
I've done it. Yes. I've done it. I've done it for like when the album was coming out, before a single would come out, I would schedule like, so I didn't get all crazy, and put like 3 posts on one day and nothing on 2 days later. I can get like that because one day I'll be hyper and the next day I'm depressed and bored. And then, so it all goes on the day I feel good. So I'm like, okay, let's spread this out. So it does help.
That's how I did my tournament of bands. I scheduled everything to go and let it go.
You know what I got to say about your tournament of bands? If it was not for that, I wouldn't know anybody in the indie community. I don't know why nobody talks about that. Because, I mean, I can't be the only one. You know what I mean? There was like 800 and something bands that entered into that. And when I entered in, I didn't tell my local people, and I didn't share it on my personal page, which has about 6,000 people. Because when I first joined Facebook, there wasn't, a music page, right? So it was your personal page. And I ran all my band gigs off that page. And then I did like a Swamp Cats page. And then I finally did my music page right before the album came out. And I entered that competition thinking everybody wouldn't like that song Good Day, that all you cool guys would think it was cheesy or something. Anyways, and when you guys were voting, I was like, oh my God. I was seriously a little embarrassed, right? And then everybody liked it. But I have to tell you that if it wasn't for you doing that, and I can imagine what a pain in the ass it was, really, because now that I've been in the community longer, I can imagine. At the time I didn't. But I wouldn't know anyone if it wasn't for that. So thank you, Sir Dukester. That's what I like to call him. I don't know why he doesn't change his birth certificate. But, Sir Duke. But thank you so much.
Yes, we all owe Chris a word of thanks for this. Yes, get our names out there.
That thing lasted like 10 years.
It felt that way.
It's the longest thing ever. But that's how we got to know each other, because for me personally, I got to know people too by watching how people voted. I could tell like who liked the same stuff I liked and whatever by how they were voting and everything, because I listened to everybody. So, I felt guilty if I didn't hit play and then hit play. Plus, I didn't know anybody, so I had to listen to you. It's not like I could vote on you because I liked you. You know what I mean? It was like music only, hit play, and then I would vote who I liked. But anyway, that was fun.
Research of love. Hell yeah.
That's probably why you ended up winning.
How long did that last? I didn't win. Those firemen won. Did you see that meme that I put up whenever the Jersey shoot, their names out of my head right now. The band that won from Jersey, what were they called? What are they called? Well, anyway, the band that won.
Oh, that's right. They just barely won.
But I didn't know that, but they were all firefighters, right? And so I teased them because they would get their whole like group of firefighters to vote. So I said to them, if they win and I lose, I get a date with the firefighter. So when I got second place, I made this meme. I went on Adobe Photoshop and got this guy, this middle-aged looking guy, this buff looking firefighter, and put us together and put it up there and said, thank you so much. For the
second place ain't so bad, eh?
It's really good too. That was funny. That was a lot of fun though, yeah.
What was that? Jersey Calling, I think, was the name of the band.
That's it. I love that band. I just couldn't think of their name right then. I'm bad with that.
Haven't heard of them.
You guys want to hear a funny story? You want to hear something funny? Like,
yes.
I had a gig one time, and it was just me and this guy. And there was like, I don't know why, but there was like 15 of my family members in like a semicircle standing right in front of me after we were done. And I had to introduce him to all of them. Anyway, I messed up their names. To this day, they do not let me live that down. Like, it could happen to anybody, right? I mean, I literally got my aunt's names messed up because, like, that's a lot of pressure. So it's never personal. People always think, like, that I'm an airhead or, like, that I just don't remember them or whatever. And I'm like, no, I just literally don't remember your name. But so my sister and I have a trick that if we walk up to people, I'll say, hi, this is my sister Tasha. And if I say that, she knows to say, oh, what's your name? It's just a thing we do.
Well, that works.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah, it
tool.
works.
Yeah.
It's a good trick.
Yeah. Deedra, what's some of the music that we might be listening to for tonight? Did you have some submissions that you gave Chris?
I did. I first of all chose Chasing the Rabbit because Kimberly did that video and I love it so much.
She's cheering right now.
Whenever I saw her style that she was the one to do that video, and you'll know when you play the song. But I chose that song. I like that song because it's a trippy sort of psychedelic blues rock song, which if I could write every song that way, I would. But you know how that is. Yeah. Those sort of things, just weird, they'll come out. But I chose that song first. And do you want me to tell you all the songs I chose or what?
Oh, if you just gonna give us the head up, that's fine. Yeah, let's use that to segue into. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about the song, where it was written, or anything about that?
I wrote that song actually in 2012 with a band that I had back then called the Swamp Cats. So it was myself and Chris Neufeld, who is the co-producer on Gold Inside, and Ron Brem, who was my guitarist at the time. He, the three of us wrote that song, and we had it for the band, the blues band, the Swamp Cats, and we recorded it, but we never released it. And then when I started recording Gold Inside, Chris and I went and redid the version of Chasing the Rabbit. You know, I made it shorter. I think we did a couple of other things to make it a little more radio ready. Rather than the blues album, it was a little more played out, you know. Mm-hmm. And we went ahead and re-recorded it and put it on this album. And we used Les July, who's a bass player and guitarist in Jamaica, Queens, New York, for bass and guitar. And then Roger Hoineke, who's a drummer from Chicago, on drums. So these are all people that I've played with, you know, in the real world. But Les was over in New York. And because, you know, the way we can record now, he was able to lay down his parts. But excellent. I love the song. It's really a relationship song. I wrote the song when I was pissed off at my boyfriend, actually. I feel like I was always chasing him around. You know what I mean? I never could get a straight answer about anything. And really, that's what motivated the song. And it just was trippy, and I like trippy stuff.
Mama's commenting that the song is fantastic. I remember when she was working on this, I get a rare backstage pass to some of the Mama's videos that when she's making them, and I just remember her having a lot of fun with it.
I forgot that I have my art in it. You know what?
That's and your art, cool. Yeah.
I completely forgot about that. Cool. Anyway, yeah, I gave her some of my artwork and she was able to manipulate. I loved that, what she did with that. You know what's funny? I know she's listening. I do graphic design. And so, and in working with people, this is the only time I've ever had one conversation with someone. And the first thing they sent back, I didn't go, oh, you know, edit that there and do that there. I didn't say anything. It was like, that's awesome. Cool. I was so pleasantly surprised with that. You know what I mean? Because I could be very like picky, you know? And so I was telling myself, don't be picky. She might have thought I was a little picky on some things, but only like, it's just I'm a Virgo, right? So That was amazing to me. There was nothing creatively, nothing. Everything was like she popped in my brain and just like she was like a little AI filter to my brain or something. I mean,
She's
and
got
I
a
loved it. It's
reputation
like
for
I
this.
could put it in her brain and it just popped out like this
Yeah.
video, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I
She
think
will
of my
get inside your
producer,
head.
like I filtered him. Yes.
Yeah.
And married her, right?
Yeah. But she's heard that many times. We have heard that many times. I just told you a couple things, and yeah.
That's a gift. That's such a gift. She's probably empathic in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Just
Oh well,
people's
I can
energy.
attest to that. Yes, it's true. Yeah.
Now, I think that helps creatively if you're collaborating with someone, if you have that ability, because you can kind of pull in their energy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Chris, shall we go into that one? That'd be a great way to start the show. Well, continue the show.
Yes, we can go into that one. That was Chasing the Rabbit.
Excellent.
In line, crossing it every time. Baby, I don't know where I stand, but somewhere down that line, I forgot to read your words in between. I fell for your sweet poetic lies. You said follow me down this little curve and I'll take you to another world. I'll show you things you never see. Chasing a rabbit, I can't catch me. Pulling me down the hole. I've been running around in circles and I know that I just can't stand one more day on this road. No, not one more day on this time to say hello, to say goodbye. You're always pushing me to the side, and you're always on your way to a very important date. You're always telling me I'm late, Lord, I'm late. Follow me down this tunnel, girl, and I'll take you to another world. No, you won't come back to say. Chasing a rabbit, I can't catch a knees. Pulling me down the hole. I've been running around in circles and I know that I
Love that. Great one, Deedra.
That was a cool video, huh?
Yeah. Excellent clap.
Excellent clap.
Things I love about this
I love
song.
about this song.
Your voice, of
Your
course.
voice, of course.
Fucking
Fucking
excellent soulful rendition
soulful
of just greatness.
Thank you.
I'm getting a weird kind of echo in my phone. Anyway, that bass line is fantastic.
Yeah,
Is
he's
it-
a badass bass player.
Hell yeah. Did the whole club, every time you played, just get up and dance?
This song, I never played it in a club with that band that's on the record. Well, other than Chris Neufeld and the drummer. But I play it in Bakersfield with a different guitarist, which is Tim Stonelake. He's an awesome guitarist. He's actually the guitarist in my band in California.
Mhm.
And yeah, they get up on that song. And even though it's an original, because generally when you're out in the clubs, they want probably, I would say,
Yeah.
80-20, right? 80%
Mhm.
covers if you're doing 4 hours. So
Mhm.
and we do 4 hours. If we're just doing a one set thing, you could do your originals, but for 4 hours. But anyway, we do that. I throw it in there, at least like one original. I used to do with with Turquoise, and put in one original to 2 originals per 45-minute set.
Yeah.
And that song, yeah, they get up and they dance. And I'd say to my band, see, they like it.
That's an excellent tune.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? It's easier for them to do covers sometimes because they're in so many different bands, right?
Yeah.
So to learn somebody's originals is not always what someone wants to do.
Love the
A
guitar
drummer
work
said
as
to me
well.
once-
Yeah.
Yeah, my drummer, this guy said to me, well, Deidre, you know, you asked me to join your original band, but I didn't write the songs. Well, I know, but you know, we could write some. He goes, well, it's still a cover band. I'm like, no shit, I did not even think about that. I'm so sorry. It's like, oh, what do you mean? What are you even talking about? He's
Write
like,
some-
there-
I don't know if you're still in contact with this drummer, but my advice would be write some tunes, and then they'll be yours.
I was like, oh, well, you could come. I always say, well, you know, I always tell people if they want to come sit down and jam and write together. But, you know, at this age and everybody's so busy, nobody ever has time. So
Yeah.
I usually just write by myself, and then I send the songs over to Chris Neufeld, who then starts creating the tracks in his studio in his garage. So our whole album was created in Chris Neufeld's garage. And then the bass
let me interrupt you. I'm sorry. So by writing the songs, are you like making up a melody line along with your lyrics and then sending that over, or are you playing? Do you
the
play
piano?
instruments? Okay.
Yeah, so I write them all on piano. So I'll write the
Oh.
whole arrangement and write the chords and the piano and the breaks and the everything and play it acoustically on the piano. And then I send it to him, and then he's a better piano player than me. I mean, you know, it's like just because I can play on the piano and write my songs and sit and play them for you, and I put videos up all the time of me playing the songs when I write them. I'll put those videos up on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I would never play for myself at a gig live. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. You're able
not
to communicate what you want somebody else to do.
Yeah, well, Chris comes up with his ideas of what he wants to do, you know, and as a producer, it's amazing the things that the ideas he would come up with. And I would say to him, maybe, well, for Gold Inside, you have the live version that we'll play tonight, but the album version has like a phone ringing in the beginning. Because when I wrote the song, I pictured myself young, hiding in a closet, wanting to talk to God, because you didn't want to talk to your friends or anybody. So just wanting to kind of talk to God and calling on the phone and telling God, like, first of all, when I wrote this album, I didn't think people would hear it. So I just wrote it, right? And so I pictured myself like talking to God, like asking, you know, hey, you know, I got to tell you about this, you know, because I don't want to tell anybody else. And so I told Chris that, and Chris has Asperger's, and he's 42 now, but he does have autism, right? So I typed it to Chris and told Chris, you know, what I wanted and my ideas. And then it's like, that's why I teased earlier, and I always tell him his brain's like my AI machine. I type in little words, and then he comes back with this phenomenal first draft. That's how we did our album. He'll send me the first layer, which is usually like the drum beat,
yeah,
programmed in. How does this sound? Do you like this? And then And then as he says, then he plays the chords correctly. I'm playing them correctly. I tease him about that. I go, is that really the right word, Chris?
Play them the way they're supposed to be played.
I'm like, there's not a better choice of word there.
Yep.
He's like, no. Anyway, that's funny. And so then he sends back the first draft, which is usually just the drums and the piano. And then we start building from there. Like, okay, when we first started the album, we didn't have Les so much on board. I hadn't written an album with Les. I hadn't done anything with Les since I met him in Los Angeles, and he was now in New York. And so at first we sent him like ideas. Chris would pre-play, an electronic bass line and then an electronic guitar, whatever. That's how Chasing the Rabbit was, because, we had already previously done it. So we already knew what we wanted. But after we got to working with Les, what his ideas and the things he had were perfect. And the whole reason I chose who I chose for my album is because they're strong musicians. And I wanted to make sure that they each did their thing that they heard in their head, like what fit in their head to this song. That's why there wasn't any like, what kind of genre is it or whatever. When we were working the album, I had no idea about that. They give you like 10,000 choices to choose when you go to your distributor. It's so stupid. It's like eating a Cracker Barrel with like 50,000 things to choose from to eat from. Like, I don't know, dude. Just give me like chicken and potatoes.
Bring me a big platter of food.
Like rock. This kind of rock, that kind of rock, this kind of rock, that kind of rock.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
subgenre du jour. Yes. But I hear what you mean as far as bringing in the people that you want to give their own individual strengths and talents to the project that you're working on. That's great.
Yeah, but live, they do like Chasing the Rabbit live. That is one that's good live, as opposed to, say, Shoulder to Cry On. That's not good live. Okay, I've tried it live, and they all just sit there like this. And you'll see some women staring at you going like, I know what you're talking about, girl. And here, let me show you the audience.
Nice.
The whole song. And I'm like, I turned to my band, I go, let's not do that song next week. Funny. I always tease about it because it's just not the song, in my opinion. We won't be doing it at Punk in the Corn. It's not really, to me.
Yeah.
There's, if I ever make it famous, and I'm in concert, I'll do that song. Or if I'm on, Good Morning America and they want, a domestic violence song, I'll do that song. It's just a heavy song. So there are some songs that go over well in the clubs when you're doing a regular gig, and then other ones that are like album songs, right?
What are some of the covers that you'll play in a club or
I like to do a lot of old blues songs. So like or Susan Tedeschi, I like to do Little by Little, which is not an original Tedeschi song, right? But still, I like her version. I also like shoot.
Put
You
you
know
on the
what?
spot
I'll tell you one weird. I know. I could get out my set list right now. And we do anything that's got harmony. So like we do ELO, because there's 3 good singers. And even in the band Turquoise, which isn't playing right now, everybody sang lead. And that's important for me that like I'm not in the band like the lead singer in those bands. I like Fleetwood Mac because there's like a bunch of people. I love harmony. That's why I was teasing about Punk in the Corn. I'm one of those lead singers. I love singing backup. There's such an art to it that people don't realize. It's not standing there trying to sing over the lead singer. Like I literally will watch people's lips and move my lips the way they move their lips when they're singing, just so when I'm backing them up, I'm literally backing them up. I'm not singing over them. I'm not doing 50 million runs behind their melody. And they're like going, what the hell? I didn't hire that harmonica player to play all through the song. Singers can do that too. What are you doing? So I like that. But I was going to tell you guys what's funny is, believe it or not, we do a lot of Miley Cyrus songs. Okay. Like she's got a lot of like pop rock kind of tunes she put out. So I'm a voice coach, right? So before the pandemic, I had about 60 clients a week. And I also was playing about 6 times a month because, well, one of those gigs every month was a gig we did where my students would get up and perform and my band would back them up. So every month my band was having to learn 30 new songs. And then these kids would get up. It was awesome because I didn't want them to, I hate karaoke, right? I want them to learn how to sing in the beat and in the pocket and find that with the live drummer. So these guys would come and all the kids would come to my house and they'd rehearse the night before and then they'd go to these big shows. And
Fun.
but because of that, we learned a lot of pop tunes that these kids were choosing that were really kind of cool songs, and we do them. But apart from that, we do a lot of like 60s and 70s like stuff that's a lot of harmonies and stuff. Because right now, what I do is acoustic with Tim Stonelake or with Chris Neufeld. So any band that's got a lot of heavy harmony. I'm a big 90s alternative. I'm a big 90s fan of like Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains.
Oh yeah, Alice in Chains really did great with what they were doing with the harmonies like that. Yeah, Jerry Cantrell could have been Jerry Cantrell had his lead project or his solo project after that, but he could have been lead singer of that band. But it was great them bringing in Lane, and what they had together was magic. Yeah,
they had such unique harmonies that they chose. You know, they didn't just do like the normal 1-3-5 or whatever in the harmonies, or like just the predominant chords that you would hear, the notes in the chord. I mean, they would find like and sing maybe a seventh or something on a vocal harmony part or something. To me, I always loved that. I thought that was really super cool. So I like to, if I were to have it there, I'd like through my album as I was creating Golden Side, I was trying to think what really is the common thread through all these songs, since they're sort of mixed genre and you kind of go from country to pop to blues to even a gospel sort of rock sound, and it's just harmonies, because that's my favorite thing to do is write harmonies and back up people, you know.
And they really grab you too when Kimmy and I were listening to a Fleetwood Mac song today. I forget which one, and it's those harmonies really do nab you, don't they?
They do. There's something really special about when human voices resonate together. You know what I mean? The different resonations, and you put that together. It's really cool.
Yeah, greater than the sum of the parts. Hell yeah. Tell us what's coming next.
You mean on the show?
Yes, on this show tonight. What song shall we play next for you?
Let's do Golden Side, since we were talking about it. But you know what? I queued up for you the live version that shows Chris Neufeld on piano. So it's me and him just playing it live. You know, so that's like a one-cut video. Yeah, let's do that one. The one that sent to you. Let's do that one. So that's Golden Side live, and it's at a podcast that I did at the Backstage Bakersfield with Silo Ornalis and his team here in Bakersfield.
Excellent. And then Golden Side, is that the album title as well? Is that just the single
title? Yeah. So this is the, you know, just the raw live version of the album title, and this song is the last song on the album. We also have in the middle of the album the full album version that's got the sound effects and the phone ringing and that happening.
All the production fun. Version. Yeah, right.
But I like hearing raw live things, right? I do, if you have a chance. So this one is that. And the song is you know, I've never told anybody why I wrote this song. There's a my mind is probably going to go blank, but I think his name is Jeff Carpenter. I'd have to look. Anyway, he's a philosopher. And he, I had seen a video, I was watching something on YouTube, this philosophy of life thing that he had. And in the very beginning, there was a tiny little animation. And it was telling the story of the Golden Buddha. Have you guys ever heard the story of the Golden Buddha?
That sounds very familiar to me, but I'm not positive.
That's how I was. It was like it seemed familiar, but I didn't know what it was about. And it really struck me. And the story was about this little boy who was going down the village. He's like lived in this little village. And there was a statue in the village, and it was an old, ugly statue, but it had a bunch of weeds around it, right? And so he decided he was going to pull the weeds out around this statue. And as he was doing it, he accidentally hit the hand of it and discovered that it was gold inside. And what had happened was, way back when, the villagers had covered up this golden Buddha to protect it. They didn't want it to get hurt or anyone to steal it or whatever. So they covered it up. And over years, all this crap grew all around it. And nobody ever knew it was even in there anymore, right? Until this one little kid accidentally broke off this little piece, and they could see that there was still this gold inside. And it really struck me about how when we're hurt in life, we protect ourselves. Well, I mean, I'm really good at building walls around, you know what I mean? And it reminded me of like this fortress that I had around myself, and how here you're thinking you're protecting yourself when really you're not, because you just buried yourself up, and then no one ever knows what beauty is still left in there, right? And so that's what got me to write this song Gold Inside. I literally walked over to the piano and wrote it, and it inspired me to go ahead and just do the whole album. But that's what that song, that's
Awesome.
why I wrote that song.
Awesome. Yeah. Can't have that shielding up too much. Can't let anything through. And it doesn't help with the light getting out either, does it?
No.
Yeah, right on. Let's check it.
So yeah.
Nobody is strong enough to hear my pain. Oh God, it's just me and you again. And I just want someone to share my truth to. I don't want to burden you, my friends. I'm sorry I didn't take off my armor then and use it like a weapon instead of a shield. Instead I hid inside it and I never came back out. I forgot about you on the outside, needing in. Picking up the pieces, breaking through the stone. Picking up the pieces, looking for gold. I found the gold inside the broken, shining on all the shards of light. Through all the cracks I found the golden. I found the gold inside. Too many years behind the armored shield, I forgot how to feel. I forgot how to shine. But then one day I let my guard down. I couldn't believe what I found was my light. Picking up the pieces, breaking through the stone. Picking up the pieces, looking for gold. I found the gold inside the broken, shining on all the shards of light. Through all the cracks I found the gold.
Full Deedra. Love that one.
Thank you so much. You know what I was just thinking? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, while I was watching that video, I remembered something that I've never told anybody. That was the first time I ever played that song live with Chris. Right there, what you were hearing while we're really looking at each other and really listening to each other. We had only ever, and we hadn't even seen each other in months. We had only been communicating via the computer, and
Right.
And we hadn't even gone in and laid that down in the studio yet. So it wasn't done, recorded yet. So it was the first time, though, we ever played it live together. So I didn't know how it was going to be or what he was going to do. You know what I mean? Musically. And I was listening and he was listening really well. And he pulled that off so good. He's so amazing. And the harmonies that he did, I mean, I didn't know. We had no rehearsal. I'd never played it with them. So I thought that was pretty cool because we literally only did 2 takes. One take was the sound check where we just played the first verse as they sound checked it, and then you're live. You know what I mean?
Excellent. Yeah, you did a
I
wonderful
played with him
performance on that too. It was great.
yeah,
I
he's
said you
good.
did a wonderful performance as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do the falsetto switch or anything. It's like I don't know, I was a little nervous. But you know what, also, I almost wore that same shirt tonight. I'm so glad now I didn't. It's a girl thing. We always tease around town. We do so many gigs that you'll see like gigs and we'll have videos up from like 4 years ago in the same shirt. You know what I'm saying? From 4 years now. And I'm like, dude, that's my gig shirt. Okay. Don't be anybody messing with me. All right.
It's lucky.
It's lucky.
It's like, how many shirts you want me to own? All right. I got a pair of tennis shoes, pair of gig shoes. I'm not one of those people with all that stuff, right? So I'm like, oh, I got 5 gig shirts. All right. No.
Yeah, I think Kirk Hammett of Metallica mentions one day that, or he had one time he had 2 pairs of pants and 500 T-shirts or something to that effect.
Who's wearing pants right now? Oh, I can't see. Anyway,
The magic of podcasting.
we don't have to match. I got on my sweatpants.
It's a comfy show.
Anyway, yeah. But yeah, anyway, I thought I was watching that and I was remembering that that's why it was really a special performance for me because it just shows how connected that he and I are as performers together, We started performing together in 2010. I met him at an autism conference because I do music therapy with people with head injuries. Well, okay, I'll say head injuries. Mostly, though, it's more people like Down syndrome, autism, special needs kids. And so I'm vendored through Kern Regional Center, which is the center that sends out services for people with special needs. And so I give singing lessons. And so, which I haven't done since the pandemic, which, by the way, I'm about to kill my dog. Hold on. Be quiet! But,
It's all good. Dogs are welcome. I think Chris has some treats on the counter there for him.
I met Chris, though, my keyboardist, at an autism conference, and he was there playing keyboards and singing as, I thought like a client with autism. He was a lot younger then, and he appears much younger. He's so sweet. You know what I mean? He's just so sweet that he just seems younger than he is. And I went up to them after the thing and said, "Oh, my name's Deedra Patrick. You want some singing lessons?" They were looking at me like, "What in the hell? This kid's like a genius, right? Since he's 3 years old." I didn't know. I was just back in Bakersfield from LA. I didn't know. I thought I was like, "Hey, come play with me." And no, I'm teasing. I was kind of a little, though, because I thought, I want to coach him in voice so bad, which he's now taking voice lessons, but he is a genius. So that's how I met him, was at this conference, and he started playing with me in the Swamp Cats. Do you hear my dog?
I cannot, but that's not saying much.
It's a high pitch. Probably I'm only hearing it. But anyway, that's how I met him, and so we've been playing together ever since. I like to stay with the same musicians for a long time. I'm usually in the same band with people for like a minimum 6 years. Like, that's just me.
The chemistry goes a long way. If you find it, you keep it.
Yeah, and then speaking of, can I tell you about something coming up?
Yes, please do.
Yes.
I really need to kill my dog, though. Can I go kill my dog first? Hold on.
I don't think she's really killing the dog, ladies and gentlemen.
We totally
No.
talked. We had a conversation.
You
What?
can bring it
You
on
thought I
camera
really-
if you want.
No, he's huge. He's beautiful. He's a rescue dog. He's Black Lab and Catahoula Prairie mix.
Ooh,
So if you can
sounds
picture
nice.
that, kind of spotted looking, like he's bulkier than a Dalmatian, but got the colors up, right? But he's about 100 pounds. Anyway, hush. Sorry, I hate that much podcast, and I'm thinking, what? I can't put him out because check it out. The first time in 5 million years, it's raining outside right now in Bakersfield, like storming, like the wind was blowing the tree. It never rains here. So my dogs are babies, they won't go out there.
Are the fires near you?
Yes. And so the fires got all the way to maybe about 45 minutes from me, but they're over on the grapevine, right? So they didn't cross over the grapevine to us. Okay. So that's good. And I lived there for so long. I had a lot of friends that were there. That just really stressed me out that week. That really was scary, but I was just stressed out for my friends and everybody down there, and the videos they were showing and all the animals was just really depressing.
Yeah,
I always get really depressed. You get depressed for the people too, but what about all the animals that they have? I can't even imagine. I have 5 pets. So I literally have a big truck so that they can go, all of them fit. My 2 dogs and my 3 cats, they're like one clan. So I know if anything ever happened, I know where the leashes are and everything to grab them, and I can get out quickly with all of them.
Yeah.
Hubbard! That's his name. I'm going to let him out.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
No, that's all right.
That's all right.
Okay. You're up, Chris.
I'm up. I got nothing.
Gotta do the little dance. Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, he did it.
See? That was fast. Did you use your jazz hands?
Yeah. You did, as a matter
I
of
was trying
fact.
to dance. John ordered me to.
Oh, okay. So I was going to tell you guys something. So,
Yes.
well, I don't remember what segued to this, but something did. Oh, I don't even know. But anyway, 6 years with bands. That's what it was. So there's this band that I was with in LA called Tipsy Fox. When I first moved to Los Angeles, I met up with these guys. They were running an ad in Music Connection magazine. I don't know if you guys remember that magazine. They sold it on the corners, in those magazine booths. I love that about the city. That's the coolest thing to me, that you can pull up in your car, jump out, grab a magazine, and get back in. I loved that.
You gotta love the rags.
But anyways, I met those guys and I auditioned for them and I got in this band, and it was a heavy rock band, at the time considered metal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I say at the time is because, music has gotten a lot harder in some ways, but for me, it was, 90s grunge metal type music. But anyway,
you can say hair metal. It's all right.
I don't even know what to call it, but that's what we were doing. And so we wrote all these songs and we recorded them, and then the band broke up and into another portion, which became Rain. But when we were on KLOS, we had to change our name to Rain on Fire. It's now online under Detour Gray. Don't even ask. I don't know how we got there, but at the time it was Rain. Okay. But
That's
before that, it was Tipsy Fox. So Tipsy Fox recorded these 10 songs, right? Okay. Now here's the true story. I don't remember it at all. At all. I don't even remember it at all. They've been sending me these tracks they found this week, and I know it's me because that girl sounds like me, totally sounds just like my voice. I don't remember anything, nothing. And so it's super cool because it's really weird. It's and they're good songs. It's 10 tracks, progressive rock. I was in a car accident while touring with not Rain, but Lickety Split. That's a whole other story. So Rain was an all original band, right? I'm a full-time musician. So while Rain was, we kind of had a little thing, and they were in New York and all over, I was wanting to still make money. So I went on tour with a band called Lickety Split. And we went into a building head on in, we were on our way to Coos Bay, Oregon, but we hit at Mapleton, Oregon, there's like a freeway split at Dead Ended. So I'm telling you, I don't recall any of it. And it's super cool because, like, as we speak, they're remastering them. They're able to split it and get some stems, clean them up. Of course, I'm not going to re-sing anything. You know, my urge of being a better singer now wants to, but I'm not going to. It's still good. It's really good. It's like progressive rock. And the reason I think we've decided now is because it's totally what people are doing now. It's my favorite band was Queensryche. I wanted to sound like Queensryche. Like I wanted to write everything like Queensryche. That's like, to me, the songwriting, the production, the arrangements, everything. That was my big goal. And it's like that. But these songs, though, Tipsy Fox, are mostly, well, I don't remember writing them, even though they said I did. I don't think I did, but I'm like, hey, put me on it. I don't care. Add me to the copyright. I told them this too. I was like, oh, are you sure that's me? All of them. And it's you. You were the only girl in there. I'm like, if you say so, okay. I'll take it. It does sound like me, though. So that's happening. And then also, what else am I doing? I'm doing an album for a song for a guy that is writing a whole album about bees. So I'm not kidding. So my song is called The Myth of Bees. And I like, so this year's about collaborations. And then I have a collaboration with someone who you guys love, but I think he thinks it should be a secret. That's what my empathic thing is telling me. So I won't tell you who it is.
So you couldn't even leave like a hint that we could figure out.
His initials were SK, but I'm just saying, you know. He never said, but I tagged him on a post on Facebook once and he didn't like it. He didn't do anything. And I thought, oh, I wonder if this is supposed to be a secret. And then I'm like, oh, I forgot to ask.
Would that be the band name? The band name is SK?
No. No, I think I know who you're thinking of. No, his initials are.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that.
Anyway, so that's fun. But that I haven't written progressive rock in a long time, which is what he is. So I have 3 versions I've already written to the song yet. He probably thinks I'm not done. And the problem is I wrote 3 versions and can't decide eeny, meeny, miny, mo. They all have the same chorus, though. But the verses are all completely different topics. But the chorus fits each one. So I'm like, oh.
Release them all.
I'll tell him to choose.
Release them all and make 3 different versions.
I was just reading something about that. Somebody put something and I thought, that is crazy. And then I thought, you know what? There's nothing crazy in this world anymore. In my opinion, I can't stand that. I've been my whole life a natural, I rebel against anything. You guys have to give me time. If I see a group of people coming together, I naturally repel against it. It's not that I don't love everybody in the group. It's my natural instinct to pull away, even in school and anything. I don't know why. It's not that I don't love everybody. I just start feeling weird. And so anyway, I was like, oh.
We've been raised into a generation of question the norm.
Yeah. So I don't even remember where I was going with this, but there's something. What were we talking about? No.
Well, we saw a couple. Mama put her Storm Kingdom as the guest, and Tension Splash, Steve K as the guest. So we're that much closer.
If it's Steve K, I know Brian Muellen's working on one with him right now too.
Did you see my brain thing?
We're not.
Like, wait,
we're not trying to prod and poke and get it out of you too much there, but
I'll ask him. Is it a secret? I don't even know. But yeah, no. I think where I was going with all of this though is that there's just no rules. I love that now. Rules, like who cares? Do you know? I'll tell you what. When I was putting out albums before, like I wasn't allowed to write a Christian song and put it on the same album as my other songs. It was almost like it would got peed on or something. Oh no, if they touch, you know what I mean? Something's going to happen. And so that always bothered me. And so as coming up in this industry, I had 50 million rules. You know what I mean? As a girl or whatever, there was a million freaking rules. Yeah. You can't put out that because you were already that, and you're too old to be that, so now you better be that. Now you better be nothing because you already reached into the nothing stage. Oh look, you've already percolated past the nothing stage. Now you can be that again. I swear to God. The truth is, I think for young songwriters or musicians or anybody is to just be who you are who cares what the rules are? Like, I couldn't care less about anybody's opinion of what they're doing and how they're doing their music. Anything. I want them to do how they want to do it. Do what's right for you, right? I just can't, I
Yeah.
don't have a real judgy sort of bone in me. Like,
Yeah, well, I've
but
always thought that about rock and roll, that there really are no rules. There's guidelines, but there are no rules. You can
I
always
love
not
those.
do that, or do something different, and it usually
Yeah.
works out great. But with
And you
the
can
indie,
put songs all meshed up together now. You don't have to
Mhm.
be like, well, other than picking from the one out of 10,000 genres you have to choose from. But other than that, you can be any. How do you deal with that, by the way?
Who,
Like, I
me?
guess if you're rock, it's not so bad, but doesn't that intimidate you guys when you went on there and the distributor popped up with like 50 million genres and you have to choose two? Am I the
Oh
only one
yeah,
who gets stressed out about this stuff? That freaks me out. I'm like, oh my God, okay, why do I have to choose? I probably spent like 48 hours on that.
yeah.
They never
No,
have my genre. I always
go
want
ahead.
to choose garbage, but I always go with electronica.
Hey, I think they have garbage as one. Go down.
Yep. Go down
I
the
love
G's.
that. But I can imagine though doing electronic. That would be difficult too, because I noticed there's even like different versions of that, right? Like for blues, let me tell you, like for blues, I didn't know that there was blues this and blues rock. That's what I see. I'm, blues rock, right? But then when my songs went out, everybody was saying it's country. And it gets played on country stations. It never, I will be honest, it never occurred to me coming from Bakersfield, California, that my album would be country, because I grew up on traditional country. And also, there's some hardcore country people here where,
Yeah,
don't screw up our country. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And so
So we
I've
see the
always watched
gatekeeping
myself.
everywhere, don't we? Yeah,
Yes. And I always kind of watched not to step out of my lane there into what they were doing out of respect for that. But look, if you come up in it and you're raised in it, and you're raised in that environment and country music, I think even our bands that come out of Bakersfield that are ska have country to them. And we talked about this. And our bands that are, we have great bands that have come out of here: Edema, Corn. And if you think about jazz, the Porters, we've got country, Merle Haggard and Dwight Yoakam and Buck Owens, and
Mhm.
Tanya Tucker's here all the time, and these are people that are just in the circle.
Yeah.
And so, out of respect, I didn't grow up. I grew up always saying I was not country. I was never going to do country. I got offered country deals when I was little because I talked like I was country, and it's probably why I rebelled. Had they said I want to sign you rock, I probably would have gone country. But I turned
Yeah.
it down a lot of times. I turned down some great opportunities just for not wanting to be country, because I loved rock music so much. I just loved rock. But then I wasn't good enough to sing blues until I got old. Like, I think blues come when you're old.
Have you ever done
You
Zeppelin?
learn how.
Have you guys ever done a Zeppelin cover?
Yeah, you know what? There was a song I was supposed to learn for something coming up, and they pulled it off the set. Levee breaks or something.
When the
I
levee
can't
breaks?
remember. But listen, I wish I could sing like him. I mean, to me, I don't know if you as a musician have certain players that your whole life, there's one thing they played that you strive to play that, right? Like
Yeah.
for me as a singer, it was Ann Wilson. For a while, this version of an old Smokey Robinson song, Tell It Like It Is. I loved the way she sang it. So when I was 18, my goal was to sing that. And then when I was able to sing that, my goal came, I wanted to be able to sing that vocal part in Pink Floyd, Great Gig in the
Oh yeah,
Sun.
yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
wanted to sing that. And that took a long time to study that, because I bought the sheet music and it had it charted. So that helped, right? Because I could sight read. So I kind of did that. But we did that song at a gig. We rehearsed that song
Really
with Chris Newfield. Dude, we nailed it. And then we did it at the
excellent.
gig. Yo, we didn't nail it at the gig. In the studio when we were practicing it. And when
It
we
was
did it at
so
the
good.
gig, afterwards, we all looked at each other. Look, I got no ego. I'm one of those lead singers like that. We all looked at each other and I go, yeah, well, we did it. We should probably never do that again. They all
Yeah.
agreed and we did. Everybody in the audience was like,
Well,
but yeah, I just
I
wanted to say
understand.
I could do it.
I understand when I forget her name, but the background singer, lead singer, whatever you want to call her, when she actually did that the first time they laid it down, she was saying, "I'm so sorry, I could have done better," and they said, "No, it's gold, leave it." So
Because it sounds like she just ad-libbed.
yeah, she
Because I
did.
can't imagine that was written. Like, to me,
No,
that
she
was ad-libbed and then she studied it and learned it. Do you know what I
yeah
mean? How maybe you
yeah.
lay something down in the studio and then you just say, okay, no biggie, I'll learn it later so you can
I
play it
believe that's
live.
how it happened. Yeah, she just went out and put out what was in her soul, and that's what we're hearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the next song we're gonna play for you?
I put up Walking Blues. Well, I'll let you guys have a choice. So we do one more song? Is that what we're doing?
I
Or
think we
two
could.
more?
Let's do two more.
Yeah,
Let's
we
do it
need
back
two
to
more.
All
let's
right.
do it back to back, and then come back and chat a little more. We'll call it a night. How's that?
Sounds good. Sounds good. And this has been a lot of fun. I appreciate you both.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. It's been
Thank
great.
you.
Have I talked too much?
No.
No.
I
We've
did
had
not.
Tim on this show, and he can go for a while.
Tim? Yeah, that's
Tim of
funny.
EWL. Yeah. Anybody, real quick, anybody that hasn't heard of Corn, Punk of the Corn, it's going to be in Davenport, Iowa, the 10th and 11th of October this year. Fun, food, games, lots of great music, and bands from around the world. You can find this everywhere on any of our pages, but go check it out. There's actually a website, punkandthecorn.com, and a page on Facebook. So definitely check that out. Contribute if you can, and make it up to Iowa this year in October. You won't be disappointed.
We will all three be here.
That's absolutely
These
correct.
guys.
It's kind of funny. I got a piece of mail from my cousin yesterday, and it was a save the date because she's getting married on October 10th. I was like, nope, sorry.
Well, it's saved, but I hope she has a wonderful wedding.
I'm sure she
You know,
will.
we always say in my family, I always think they don't talk to me so much now. And then I think, well, in my 20s, right? Like, I didn't go to weddings, I didn't go to anything because I was in a band. Like, I was on the road. I was like, that was my whole life. Like, and there was no way I would cancel a gig for something, you know. And now that I'm older, I look back and I don't know if that was the decisions I should have made.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You're young. What are you going to do? The music
It's
matters.
the decisions I made.
I'll be,
But I chose Walking Blues and The Note
Okay.
as the two other songs. Walking
Okay.
Blues because I just really love this song. I did not write the song. I wrote the third verse. I changed the time signature, rearranged the whole thing, but I didn't write the song. Don't you hate it when people change your song and say they wrote it? But anyway, I did not write the song. Okay. So, but I did write it. Yeah, sorry, it's already copyrighted. So, but anyway, this song is Big Mama Thornton and Don Roby, and they did it way back. And it's Walking Blues. It's not the old Jimmy Johnson. Everybody thinks this is not that song. And I wrote a third verse to it, and it's just a little bit for the songwriters out there. So I wondered as I sent the copyright in, could I copyright just the sound recording, which I did because for Chris and I, we produced it a whole different production. I wanted the producer's version to be copyrighted, but I also wanted to know if I could copyright that third verse as an added addition to the song. And I love dealing with the U.S. Copyright Office. They're really good. They send you email right back. They're real easy to talk to. They tell you if you're about to break a law, you know, what's going to happen if you do it. They're real nice. And so I was not able to copyright that third verse. It's just out there. So I do have, because, you know, I can't ask her because she's passed on. And I don't have contact with her family or the copyright owner to get permission. So I couldn't add it. So I had to revise my entire thing to the U.S. Copyright Office and remove even where I wrote that and just copyright the sound recording so that, you know, if people hear my version and they covered or whatever,
Yeah.
I have the copyright version, but I'm never going to make publishing money off this song, even having added that third verse. I didn't mind because one thing that bothers me sometimes about old blues songs is they repeat the same verse over and over and over, and I just wanted to say something else. So in this song we did that, but this song features Alistair Green on guitar, who is right now, like, if you Google Alistair Green, if you're into blues, he was in the top 10 Billboard blues albums this year. And right
Nice.
now, I mean, he's like in the top 10 blues guys alive right now around the world going, right? So he's a friend of mine, and he played that guitar part for me. And Les July is playing bass. He's playing bass through the whole record. And Roger Hoineke on drums, and then Chris Neufeld on keyboards. And then the second song, I wrote that song. That's called The Note, and that's more of a pop rock song. But anyway.
Right on. Thank you. We'll do a back-to-back.
Yes. Might have to come back briefly so I can switch to the next screen, but we'll do them back to back.
Alrighty.
Sounds good, Sir Duke.
And we'll start with Walking Blues.
I'll start walking. I've got on my traveling shoes. Well, I guess I'll start walking. I've got on my traveling shoes. Yeah. I am about to lose inches. My blues coming in loads. There's nothing left for me but a trip down that lonesome road. Yes, I'll start walking and find another man's way. Ooh, yeah. Yes, 'cause it's hard, hard, hard to love someone who won't be Wait, wait. I heard that you came by. I don't wanna miss you this time. Wait, what did you need to say? I would have been here if I had known. Why don't you answer your text or phone? I don't understand what your note had to say. You put it on my door and then you just walked away. And in black ink you said, I came by, but you weren't anywhere around. I'll catch you on the other side. Then you signed goodbye. I didn't know that this was your final note. I didn't know rush you'll find on the boat. The no rush you'll find on the boat.
Excellent, Deedra. Hell yeah.
Yes, that was awesome.
Oh, wow. Excellent, Deedra.
Thank you. Thank you. Did I talk too much?
Absolutely not.
No,
No.
not at all.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I can hear myself.
Absolutely not.
Did you hear that? Oh, there we go. Sorry. I said the S word.
It's okay on our
Oh, wait.
show.
Oh, yeah. There you
We'll
guys are.
let it
Sorry.
slide this time.
We've had Tim
Right
on the
on.
show. A lot worse things have been said.
Oh, God.
Shit Nipple King himself.
I try not to cuss. I tell myself, don't cuss. But I have 5 animals, so it's impossible not to cuss.
Did they cuss back?
They do, assholes. I told them not to, they do it anyway. I want you guys to see my dog. Hold on. Come here,
Okay.
Hubbard. Come here. Come here. See, come on. Can you do it? He's big and old. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Can you see him?
Oh,
It's a cutie.
Hubbard, look over
yeah,
there.
he is.
Do you see his face?
Hey, buddy.
Hold on. I'm going to see how pretty he is. There he is. Anyway.
Is that his
Found him
debut?
on the street. Huh?
Is that his debut?
Yeah, that's his debut. Now he's being all shy. Hey, sorry. He's my rescue dog. I found him when I lived on a street called Hubbard. He kept standing out in the street staring at my house over and over and over till I let him come in. And now
Oh.
he lives here. I've had him like 11 years, I guess.
Hey, good boy.
I moved to a whole new house just for him.
Deidre, did you want to shout out anybody else tonight?
Here,
Or mention
get back.
any
Sorry.
upcoming gigs, anything along the line?
Sure. Well, I have a gig coming up next Friday at Wicky's here in Bakersfield. It's an acoustic gig. And another one in April, which I'll put on my Facebook. And then I'm excited about October coming up and so many bands, including both of you. In fact, I'm going to be playing around the same time that you're going to be on a different stage. You know, they're probably only 20 feet apart or something, you know, play quiet. Anyway, no.
All right.
And
I'll try to keep it down over here.
So it is interesting. I'm so excited to see all the bands from all over the world. And it's interesting hearing how everybody's getting their rigs there and just everything coming together. So I'm really excited about that. And I'll be on, I know I'm going to be somewhere in the mid-afternoon, probably on Saturday, just because, you know, my genre, I'm not bringing the full band. So I'll be doing some of the songs acoustically and some I'll be playing with the track where we've removed the piano and the vocals. And we'll be playing live on the stage with the track. I mean, I'm weighing that out, but I think we can pull that off. It's not as easy as it sounds because you've got to have that click track and you got to make sure that you're nailing it. You know what I mean? I like having a leeway of kind of going all live, but some of the songs I think will come over better if I like Good Day. I like doing that with the track and with him playing the solos and stuff live. So yeah, that's how we're going to pull it off.
Right on. Look forward to it.
I look forward to you guys as well. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you so much to Kimberly back there in the corner. I could see you. No, I'm kidding. She's like, oh man.
Speaking of Kimberly, she's going to have a special segment coming up on the show where she has a Mama's Corner and brings people in that she has worked with and done videos with and or art. So maybe someday we can have you back, Deidre, and you guys can.
I would love that.
That would
it's
be
been
awesome.
a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much.
Hell yeah. We enjoyed having you. Next week, I believe we are penciling in Tension Splash, so we should be seeing them on. That's most likely going to happen. And
we'll be on with The Rising Fall.
Good job, Dukester. The Rising Fall, and Attention Splash next week. So tune in, tell your friends and loved ones, come check us out. Tomorrow night, go check out EWL on the Indie Review Show. He will also be talking up much more Punk of the Corn, Tim being the founder and organizer and crazy guy that actually said, I can do this, and did. So go check out EWL's Indie Review Show. Actually, tomorrow's an open show, if I understand correctly on that, and you can get your music heard if you follow the stipulations. I've got it posted up on the page. You can go to EWL, check that out, or the Indie Review Show page. Deedra, have a wonderful night. Thank you for bringing our listeners some excellent music.
Thank you so much. See you guys later. Bye.
Have a good one.
Thanks for being here.
Take care. Horns.
No worries.